Good morning, everybody. Hope you all are doing well. Welcome to day 8 of our daily lessons in witchcraft. Today, we're going to talk about the moon. As witches, we love our holidays, the Sabbats. I mean, they're a great time to celebrate. Um, but we need to have specific days that are set aside for our actual magical workings. And these days and nights are what we call the Esbats. Full and new moon celebrations. Let me turn my heater, it's a little warm. Full and new moon celebrations are the typical days and nights of the Esbat. The purpose for this is so that we use the correct phase of the moon to achieve optimal results. The Esbats are also called lunar rituals. Now, full moon energy is used for banishing unwanted influences in your life, protection magic, as well as divination. You can also use this time for planning, releasing, and working backwards in time. The new moon is used for personal growth and healing, blessing new projects, and if it's done correctly and the gods and goddesses are going to allow you to have what you're asking for, when you do something under the new moon, then you can expect the results by the first full moon following. Now remember, if you don't get your results by that first full moon, it doesn't mean that you did something wrong. The gods and goddesses have their own plans for us. And, if we ask for something that they don't think we need yet, then we're not going to get it yet. We will get it when the time is right. You have to remember that. Everything happens when it is meant to happen. Okay? So, don't get discouraged if you do a ritual or you cast a spell on the new moon and it doesn't come. It doesn't happen by the first full moon. Give it time. It'll happen when it's meant to. The waxing moon comes between the new and the full moon. And this is when you do your attraction magic. Okay? So waxing is after the new moon and before the full moon. Okay? Now the waning moon is after the full moon but before the new moon. Okay? And this is when the waning moon is when you want to do your banishings and rejection of things in your life that you no longer want to carry around with you, like negative emotions, bad habits, diseases, ailments. All of these things can be successfully banished under the waning moon. 3 days before the full moon is a period known as the dark moon. This is when you look up in the sky and you won't even see the moon. It's like it's not even there. Generally, there's no magic performed during these 3 days. This is a time of rest and relaxation. This is when you can do your vision quests, your deep meditations, and it's a time for reflection. Now, this period of time is ruled by the triple goddess Hecate. She's a dark goddess. So if you're going to do magic where you need to call on her, this would be the best period to do it, the 3 days before the full moon. There is a harvest moon that usually falls pretty close to Mabon, right before it, on it, right after it. If you've ever seen one, it's like an orange moon, and it's usually really, really, really big in the sky. And that moon actually helps the farmers have a little extra light. Once the sun goes down and it's dark, that moon comes out, and it lights up pretty well if you have a clear sky. So, and the harvest moon is when you would call in favors or ask for extra protection. And then there's the blue moon. You've always heard that saying, once in a blue moon. Well, a blue moon occurs when there are 2 full moons in one lunar cycle. Okay, now the lunar cycle is 28¼ days. Okay, that's how long it takes for the moon to go through a full cycle. And when you have 2 full moons in that 28-day cycle, that second full moon is your blue moon. And this is what they call the goal moon. This is where you are going to set out specific long-term goals for yourself. And you can also review your accomplishments and any failures that you've had since the previous full moon, or since the previous blue moon. These days and nights that we call the Esbats, or the lunar rituals, it's a time of working and of celebration. There's no reason why you can't celebrate the goddess. And you can celebrate the god too, but typically during your lunar rituals, you will celebrate and honor the goddess. The sun, that's the god, and the moon is the goddess. So, but it doesn't mean you can't honor the god. You absolutely can. He's not gonna not let you, and the goddess isn't gonna she's not gonna frown on you if you honor the god during this time. This is when, during these lunar rituals, this is when you're going to raise your energies, cast your spells, perform your healings, maybe take care of, minor difficulties that are happening in your life. And if things are going smoothly for you and there's nothing that you really need to work out, then by all means have a ritual to honor your goddess of choice. Now, during the full moon, and I do apologize for my dogs barking, they're outside playing. Now, during the full moon, this is when you would do the drawing down the moon ritual. If you're part of a coven, as I am, the high priestess will do this. Now, if you're solitary, obviously, you will do it. And it is something that you need to do because it's like recharging your internal battery. You allow the goddess and the universe to enter your body and re-empower you. And that is something that needs to be done on a regular basis. You will learn as you go on that ritual magic will drain you. So drawing down the moon is a great way to recharge yourself. Now, I stated before, there's you get 12 full moons in a year, and the 13th is the blue moon. So aside from the blue moon, okay, which is the 13th full moon in a year, the other 12 that occur each month, they have their own traditional names. January is the wolf moon. February is the storm moon. March is the chaste moon. April is the seed moon. May is the hare moon. June is the dyad moon. July is the mead moon. August is the wort moon. And that's wort, W-Y-R-T, not wort, wort. September is the barley moon. October is the blood moon. November is the snow moon. And December is the oak moon. So there we have it. Sorry, it's my only crutch in life. So there we have our little brief introduction on the Esbats. Later on down the line, I will do a video on each moon, January through December, as well as the new moon, and we'll go into some very detailed and more in-depth information on those specific moons. But for now, there's your brief introduction to the Esbats and the various phases of the moon. So I hope you all have a great day. Be kind to each other. You never know what battle somebody else is fighting. You definitely don't want to have to deal with Carmen. She's not a nice one. If you found me by accident, please subscribe. If you found the video helpful, give me a thumbs up. And also, I'll be putting a link to my book, Practical Magic for the Penny Pinching Witch, down in the comment or down in the description box. Put a link to it where you can buy it. You can get it on paperback, and it's also available on Kindle. And I'll also put a link down there for my Facebook page. So, have a great day. Remember, no negative comments. I will delete them and report them as spam. If you have questions, by all means, please private message me on YouTube. You can also message me on Facebook. Okay? Have a great day, guys. Bye.